So I've had a fun couple of days. My wife and kids have been away and I'm at home alone. Unbelievable. It's a very, very strange feeling being in the house home alone. Just me and the dogs and the cats and the budgie. So I wasn't really that alone. But home alone. And so I watched a couple of films, caught up on a few films that I hadn't seen for many years or meant to get round to and never watched. So I went through an Indiana Jones movie marathon. And I love Indiana Jones. I think it's, you know, travel, and there's always bits in all the films where there's a map and it kind of shows him flying from like one country to another. And I've always sort of, I've loved that ever since I was a kid to have that in films. There's a James Bond film where they did the same, and I think it's brilliant. But Indiana Jones, really cool. But the thing that sort of struck me is the idea Indiana Jones, you're never too old. And Harrison Ford, when he had his breakthrough movie in Star Wars, he was like 35. You always think actors make it really young. They kind of come out of school, maybe college, drop out of college, work as a waiter or waitress, and then suddenly they become a big movie star. You know, Harrison Ford, 35 when he played Han Solo. And he'd had some small parts before that. He was in TV. But there must have been times when he must have thought he was absolutely mad, you know. But he kept going, kept trying, was persistent. I suppose kept improving as an actor, became a carpenter in his free time, so he's probably helping out doing some sort of decorating building work, I imagine. But just think about it, you know, you're never too old. You know, he could easily have just thought, I'm 32, right, that's it, game over for me, you know, it's never going to work. But no, he kept going, got the role as Han Solo, and then Indiana Jones, he was almost 40. And it just seems incredible, you know. 40 years old when he became Indiana Jones. It's incredible stuff. So just think about that. Whatever you're kind of moving towards, whatever your goal is, if you're thinking about starting something, start it. Don't put it off. Start it today, you know. Don't wait. I mean, draw strength from Harrison Ford. There'd be no Indiana Jones. That wouldn't be as good, would it? With somebody else. Indiana Jones, he was almost 40 when he started. So just think about that. And then another thing that just comes out of Indiana Jones that I love, the music. I remember a mate of mine saying that he saw that in the cinema when he was about 10 years old, and he kind of came out and he just sort of felt, you know, ready to take on the world. And, you know, kind of humming it music to myself. Da, 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 da. Now think about that music. Next time you're going somewhere, you know, maybe you've got a meeting or an interview, you feel a bit nervous about it, stop the negative thoughts in your head, play the Indiana Jones music, hum it to yourself, da, 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 da. Stand up tall, play the music over and over, and, you know, you're going to go in that meeting, you're going to be on fire. You know, how can you not be with your Indiana Jones? It's a little bit like the idea of the alter ego. Channel your Indiana Jones, hum the music, sing it to yourself. And go into that meeting and you'll absolutely nail it. You'll be on fire. They'll love you. So take care. Subscribe and like, and have a really great day. And sing Indiana Jones theme tune to yourself and just see how you feel by the end of the day. You'll be absolutely bouncing. You'll be on fire. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye now.